Summer is right around the corner, and yeah, this thing ain't ready to go. Front bumper plates are about to tear off of this thing. The core support's about to break in half, and the ball joints and wheel bearings on this thing are pissed. I've known about the ball joints and the wheel bearings. Those should be a yearly maintenance item that I haven't done in 2.5 years. The front bumper plates I've kind of been seeing, but the front end ripping apart and collapsing has been slowly getting worse and worse, and now it's getting to the point where I can see it when I look at the truck. You can see that I have a bit of a gap in between the bumper and the fender. But if you go over here, you'll see that there's absolutely no gap at all. You can see there's a bit of gap in between the headlight and the hood. You can see that the core support's just straight up tearing, and it's starting to collapse on itself. And you can see how it's buckling under here. The plan is to go out camping this weekend for our 3-year wedding anniversary, and I've got a lot of work to do, so let's get to it. If you look at this bushing, you see how it's got like a neck on it. That's supposed to be straight the whole way across, so I'm thinking that this bushing might have somehow worn out from the axle shaft being able to move up and down so much that it caused that to wear itself out. Yukon does not sell this bushing to replace on your 35 spline drive hub piece. I don't know what this thing's called. So I went on their website and they'll sell you a pair of these with their bushings on them, but they want like $375 for these, and no, I'm not doing that. So I found some bushings that are close in size on the McMaster-Carr website. They cost me, I think, like 35 bucks for 2 of them to ship them to me. So I got 2 in case I mess the first one up. We're gonna hop on the lathe once those show up and put those together. But yeah, this thing is a mess. Maybe that's what happened, is that bronze bushing wore out so much that it mixed with the grease and kind of gummed up. That probably contributed to it not working because it did not want to come apart. Take a look at this stuff. But at the end of the day, I think that's my own fault. I should have checked my stuff a little more often. It's been like 2 years since I went in this side, so add that to the list of things every year we do. Pull everything apart, clean it, grease it, inspect it, put it back together so that you are not in a bind like this. Because today's Wednesday, I'm leaving Friday, those parts show up Friday. Let's hope it all works out. Passenger side axle shaft seal is leaking from that axle sagging. So I'm gonna replace these ball joints, put the knuckles back on, then we're gonna drop the diff out of it, do the inner axle seals, and put this thing back together. Oh man, now we got this all out of the way. You can see how smoked that is. That's collapsing, and this whole side has fallen down about 1/4 to 1/2 inch. And over here, you can see the fender's starting to crack a little bit. This had already cracked before, I fixed it, but I think it's starting to crack again. And you can see that side's tearing pretty bad. Even though this side's cracked as well, this side hasn't fallen down, mostly in part because I have a couple supports under the inner fender, and I also have like a support inside the hood that kind of holds everything nice and tight in place. This side is still splitting here, so I'm going to try and pull this back together and stitch it up, and then maybe make a little cover plate for it. That'll get me a design for the next side. This side's actually cracked all the way to here, whereas the other side's only cracked to about here. So when we get to the other side, I have to jack it up to straighten it out, but shouldn't be too bad. That's all fixed. I knocked down all the high spots so that when I put an overlay plate on this, it won't interfere. So we're going to utilize those 2 bolt holes, go somewhere like this. So we'll get that one in, and then hopefully what I make here, that template will transfer to that side. Good news, we got some bushings. I got 3 of them, so I can f up at least 2. Hopefully get the first one right, then I have some spares. So we're headed over to my buddy Artie's shop to duplicate the chamfer on the back of this and the overall length. What I'm probably gonna do is take the gear with me, put the chamfer in it, press it on, and then just face the gear on the piece, just so where I can get it exact, because I also am not sure how much the bushing will bulge right at the top, like mushroom, from me pressing it on. So figured to press it on, let it mushroom, and then we can just face it on the part itself, on the lathe. Be good to go, so let's go do that. I couldn't find any safety glasses, so I got this super sweet shield. Let's give it a go. Yeah, I don't know about y'all, but it's a lot better than spending 400 bucks. We're on the home stretch with this thing. We've got the hub all back together. You can see here that's all done. Everything seems to work good, tested. That's good. Front axle's all buttoned up. These are done and painted. Should be a little bit stronger. Now all we got left is to cut these off, put our fresh plates on. A lot thicker. If you look here, you can see the difference between them. Huge difference. So we're gonna get these on, paint them, put the bumper back on, and reassemble the front end. I think we're done. I even did a oil change on this thing. Woo. Got the headlights back in the truck. I think I'm gonna put the bumper on next so that I can get the wiring a little bit easier before I stick the grill in. I rotated the tires from front to back just because my rear tires were a little more worn than the fronts. Just having a locker on the street will do that to your tires. Well, let's see how we did. That reveal's actually there now. No sag there. The gap now is a lot more consistent. It might not be perfect, but damn is it close. And yeah, I like that. Shop's a mess. Looks slightly like a bomb went off here, but that sounds like a problem for Monday. Time to go camping. We got in so late that all like the good camp spots down by the river are taken, so we're up here in like the little asphalty ones. Whatever though, we're here, we're camping. Courtney got me these little lights for Christmas to string along the truck. So I whipped those out. Casey gave us this sweet little flashlight that I was able to clip on the rooftop tent last year. So that's coming in handy for cooking. Got some squash right here, a couple steaks from the store. So life is good, man. Life is good. Saturday morning, we're cooking up breakfast. Dogs are fed. How'd you sleep?
Pretty good.
Not too bad for a cheap Amazon rooftop tent. And I think that's where we'll end today's video, guys. So thanks for watching, and we will see you on the next one. Dude, she's like hyped the hell up right now.
He loves playing with him.
She loves kicking the shit out of him.
Oh yeah, she gets to be abusive.
Kitty!
Which is like her dream.